Oh, there you go.
That's one tank down.
Oh, fuck. It's on, is it?
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
Oh, God.
So the Americans just lost a 76.
That's terrible. All right, so what happened there? For some reason, OBS has reset while I've been away. It's defaulted to something. I was just doing a whole bunch of talking. Nobody heard a fucking word.
Germany just lost a Panzer IV, and Americans just lost a 76 by the Tiger. The Tiger killed the 76, and that was Red Cordial and can't see the other name, Sibs.
All right, I'm dropping frames here. That's great. I'm happy about that. I'm going to have a look at that. As I said, I've been away for a week or so I'm a little bit off the back foot here. But what I've got here now in the top left is Jagdpanzer. He's providing us with camera. So that's the commander's sort of view of what's going on. He's doing a little bit of admin work. I'm just going to let him play up there at the moment. And then the top right is that fat guy who was going to be joining us for the panel tonight, but we needed him to play in the match. So we've done that. So that's good news. So talk to us about what's going on at the moment, Goes, while I try and fix this little furphy that's going on the side. Okay. And then I'll actually talk to everyone about what's happening.
No, so we've got a tiger tank at the back protecting the rear with this looks like a stuck Panzer IV back in the back German lines, and another Panzer IV run by the fat guy. Can't really see their names. I apologise. Have to jump to the other screen. Fat guy, Charmadork, and Standoff in a Panzer IV hiding behind a building.
What I've done there, mate, is I've just popped across to your camera. If you could bring up your map and just run your mouse pointer over each of the tank groups as you can see them. So just read out the names you got there. Red, Sibs, and Bar. I can see there. Who's the other tanks?
It's Magic Angel, Arab, and Brigadier Fish on their left flank. And Standoff, Charmadork, and the fat guy. That fat guy. Sorry. They're burning too. That fat guy is actually burning now.
Well, that's not going to help him at all with tanking, is it? Right.
Oh, wait I'm going to flip it right across. We've actually got Gremlin, Ignatius, and Lord Stinge sneaking around the back in a Panzer IV.
Yep, I can just see them now, actually, mate. Thank you for that. I'm going to run back across to my screen here and have a bit of a look. So we got Devil and Shooter there in a tank, Josh Grant and Ahmed Hazar. We got Ringo and Spicy Meatball Sub. Down here, Aussie Blackbeard, Deoxy and Amhots. So Cinnamon Buns, Torin and I Run. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which way you're looking at it, there are no knoppers on the field tonight. That's probably a win for the community as a whole. But I'm going to just jump in behind... I'm going to jump in behind Josh Grant's tank here, who's down on Southern Edge now. I don't know if they're actually meant to capture any of the points or what. I think it's just a fight and kill. Here's Josh's tank down here in front of us. Let's get back up and have a look at Fatsy. And I'm running your camera up in the top left because Jagdpanzer's the commander. So your tank camera's top left. Who are you following there, please, mate?
I'm following back again, and Sibs and Red Cordial in the Tiger tank. What they don't know is there's two 76s out on their right flank, but those 76s don't know that Tiger's there neither.
Oh dear, that's not going to end well, is it? Not going to end well at all. There's a little bit of encoding lag tonight. I'm going to assume that it's because of the weather. It's absolutely horrendous weather here at the moment. The giant storm just went through and bands of stuff coming through. All right, so we've got a little bit going on here, but what we don't have is we don't have their markers. So let's get that information up. That seems to be, well, the HUD display mode is always on. I don't...
Six just got... just destroyed the 76.
That'd be the burnt tank just up there to the left. I think it's when you get in on these tanks, there's no infantry lit. I've got the everything on all the time, but it's not actually showing us who's in what tank. So there we go. We've got, that's a nice shot.
Yeah, no, 76 is dead. Sorry, the Tiger's dead.
Oh, look at that.
Just change to J. So you press home and then press J. It might help you, or H, I think it is, to list it out.
H brings up the targets, though. That'll put them as green. I don't want that. I like to have it. Oh, there's me on the ground. See, I'm getting the light up on the ground. Here we go. Let's pop back up to that. All right, so I've just reset myself, unfortunately. All right. No, I'm just not getting tank markers, mate. They're not coming up at a distance, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Are you getting that? Is that happening with yours?
No.
How unusual. But when you zoom away, we're just getting through all the technical stuff here, folks. It's good stuff. This is just, I can see tanks. It's like a submarine battle, this, isn't it?
There we go. We've got Just Fierce, Constant, and Joshua Tree firing at. Oh, that tank's dead. We
just got a tank getting shot in the arse, and there goes. That was 75, I think. That's a nasty death there. I wonder where he came from. That looks like you in the southeast corner, southwest corner, perhaps southwest corner. Someone just shot from down there and destroyed a tank. All right, so there's a 76 on the point now, so he's having a bit of a look. Oh, there goes the bullet. That's a nice shot. Here we go. I'm having a look at that now. So I'm watching a tank battle go here where the 76 is just taking a pounding from zone. He's missing horrendously. That was a big round over the top. That's not how you shoot there, folks. Is that a Panzer IV in the distance? I'm not really sure. We're just watching now. The 76 is taking shots. It's now marked. Whatever it is marked. It's about 350 metres, so that is quite a challenging little shot there. It's just moving forward now. That is definitely a 4, because there it goes, a nice big saucy explosion. That's the one you're following there, Goves. So the 76 has got the kill on that Panzer IV. So now he's sweeping around again. Who is in this 76? Let's have a quick look at that. It's Amhot's Deoxy and Aussie Blackbeard. All right, so we'll see. Actually, we do see Blackbeard a fair bit in tanks, don't we?
Yeah, he loves his tanks. Absolutely loves them.
Well, he might just have got his first kill for the night, and that's something. Actually, I don't have that tracking capacity yet, but I would love to be able to track who's killing what, because I think it makes a difference for us. So at the moment, we've got 2 tanks on the point. There's one off to the right there. That's Ringo and Spicy Meatball Sub. How many you got coming in from the north, mate? And let's see if I can get some of that action.
Okay, so we have it looks like Standoff, Charmadok and that guy together, and Joshua Tree and Just Fierce on the flank. So moving up in the recon tank, we have Dark Angel, Magic Arab, and Brigadier again, and then we have Sibs and Red Cordial.
All right, I'll get you down behind that Tiger, mate, because it just wiped out the 75 that was running up the road. The Sherman, I'm just watching the way this turret's going. He has no idea where that Tiger is, and now I'm watching out. So I'm from where you are on that Tiger tank. If you can sit on him, you're looking at bearing 222. That's where the Sherman is, mate. Literally sitting at the back end of Southern Edge right now. And I'm just going to sit here and sip my brew. Oh, there we go. We've got some bots in the chat. How good is that? Let's get rid of this guy. How good is that? Love a good bot. What have we got here? That's a block. Block you. Get out of there, son. And we'll report you as well. So, all right. This Sherman is sitting here waiting for where the Tiger is. I just can't see that Tiger. You're hovering over it now. Is he stationary, is he? He's holding him behind something.
The Tiger's stationary as the recon tank with Magic Arabs pushing up around the left flank.
All right, just watching here.
Some
Dingo Pup's taken a 75 out that way, and there's a recon running up way out on the map edge. Another 76 coming up through the middle, so they've learnt their lesson on what the 75s can and can't do against the Tiger. I'm a little bit interested, though, to see what happens over here with this 75 who's trying to slink around, because surely he'll be spotted. He's in the trees, but when he comes out of these trees, oh, there's a recon going around up the top there, too. This is going to be interesting out here. I can see that this 75 is down amongst the trees at the moment. Geez, he's going slow, though. Where is he? Lost sight of him. Is he stopped? Oh, no, he's actually popped. He's just, fuck this, I'm going straight out in the open. There you go. That's a ballsy move from young Dingo Pup's tank.
We also got that fat guy's crew. They're pushing through E7, so they're pushing to E7 right at that house. So if you scroll across to E7, they've got a... looks like a...
Here we go. This is the Tiger now popping that 75. I can see what you're saying over to the left. I'm just going to get Dingo Pup's tank. He's thanks for coming. That was the end of that. But let's have a look back over here. There's that 76 now. He knows there's a shred out this way, I'm pretty sure. It's not marked on the map, though. There's absolutely terrible marking going on here. Perhaps they just don't know. Perhaps people just aren't working out where the tanks are. But... here's the... I noticed the tank markers aren't coming up. I'm getting soldiers on the ground are coming up fine, but the tank markers are not. Where have we got that tank around the back to the southwest there, Gobes? Where is he gone at the moment? Oh, there he is. Don't worry, I've seen him right now. It's a Panzer IV. He's just coming on the same line as the other one died at before. Now it's shooting into the back end of whatever that is, probably a 70. That's a 76, actually. He's shooting the back of the 76. The 76 is now toast. Great kill from the Panzer IV, but he's going to get wiped by this other 76, of course, unless someone can help that Panzer IV out. There he goes. Oh, that's a bad shot. I don't think that actually hit anything. Maybe the carcass of something there. The Panzer IV's brave, though. He's come out over the top. Oh, I tell you what. He's done well to get in behind that haystack, but he's driven out into the open. He backs himself against the 76. The 76 has missed again. Oh, who is in that tank? Devil, giving a mouthful, please. They've just taken their first round. They've fired 3 at the Panzer IV and hit jack shit so far. That's a second round now into that 76. There's the kill, because the Panzer IV can't actually hold up against the 76. But boy, oh boy, that was very poor shooting, very poor gunnery. But now he's got a tiger up his ass by the look of that. Although there is a little hut between them. I think that hut is saving. Oh, no, it is not.
Sorry about that.
It is absolutely not safe.
Yeah, the Germans did a pincer movement there. They had a tiger coming from the left side, and they had a Panzer IV coming from the right side. Yeah. So they did really well, and that was killed by Constantine. Took out Aussie, Detox, and Emmy Holtz.
Yep, there's the tiger, the first tiger, the one we were watching way ages ago. That was the one that actually got the kill. The second tiger's right in on Southern Edge now, but boy, oh boy, that 76 needs to go away and have a bit of a think about how it was shooting. That was, I don't know who's the gunner in that tank, but it wasn't real straight, let me tell you. Although it is a bit harder. Oh, there we go, a little bit of an infantry kill there. It is a pretty hard thing, a pretty hard ask, isn't it, to actually shoot over distance if you haven't done a lot of practice at it. Let's have a look at what's going on here now. We've got that recon way out there, Spicy Meatball and Ringo. I'm going to go over and have a look and see what they're doing. There's another tank by the sounds of it. Yeah, there's another Panzer IV. The Germans have dominated this now, haven't they, Gabes?
Oh, they have, yeah. They've got into good positions, and they're just covering all avenues. They're working really together. The one thing is Joshua Tree, Fierce, and Constantine have not died yet. They're still in their first life in that Tiger tank.
There you go, mate. All right, I'm just writing obvious bot, because a bot just came into the channel and gave me some love. So yeah, so good times there. Sherkle's the boys and girls have just worked out that I was muted the whole time I was talking. So let's have a bit of a chat now quickly. I'll run through what I was trying to run through before that was absolutely terrible. And Wichi's right, there's a 15-minute delay there. So by the time you get this, it's already been 15 minutes since you wrote those messages. So what's happening tonight? Well, first of all, this is the tank versus tank battle that's being played. And I read it out before that it's basically just a scratch match for anybody to come and join in on. And I'll just try and find the information here. Here we go. So just run through it again. It's 6 armour squads, 3 strong. You can only effectively have... where is it? 6 tanks on the field at any given time. So that's the whole premise of it. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that really probably doesn't really make much difference. The video of this wasn't muted. Oh, yes, it was. It didn't work at all. So it was annoyingly frustrating. Here's who we've got. It's just a lot of the regular crew here, just having a bit of a scratch around tonight, having a bit of a tank off, and it's pretty interesting stuff. Second match tonight is a scratch match between the Nards and TFK. Oh, there's some nice shooting going on down here. I'm just going to race down, have a look at what's going on. There's a Tiger that's getting some gunnery from somewhere. I think that is actually coming from that recon vehicle up north. Let's just do a quick map check. Yeah, there's a recon up there to the north. Here's the Irun coming in behind it though. Oh no, that was a great kill from the Tiger. But if we flip around to the other side here, there should be something. There he is, straight off in the distance. Let's have a look. 76 coming up towards the point. So while we're looking at that, let's have a bit of a talk about what happens tonight in the second match. The second match, of course, is going to be TFK and the Nards having a playoff. Now, we know that Karantan this week is... this week is absolutely the map for round 7. And it's the last round of the BPL, but for the tank battle, it's better to have a bit more open terrain, so they put it on Fui for this. But I think we'll be switching across to the practice match on for TFK and Nards to Karantan. We'll see what actually happens. So that's good news there. Bit of fun. Then tomorrow night, of course, if I just bring up my sexy little calendar here, I think it was OC and who else was it, Gabes? Do you remember?
OC versus 3 Para.
Thank you very much.
And the public team versus the Foy Boys.
There it is. So there you go. Foy Boys and public team second match. And that, of course, will be the last match of the BPL. So this is the final weekend.
Yeah, and if 3 Para beat OC, it's a three-way tie for first place between OC, Foy Boys, and 3 Para. So go 3 Para.
That's exactly it. We're all rooting for 3 Para because, of course, that means there will be a playoff, which means more BPL, which means more shit getting blown up, more satchels, more people running around with outposts in their outposts and garrisons in their hands instead of weapons.
Where did that recon tank go? There was a recon tank flanking around the far left. Where did that end up?
He hasn't moved, mate. He's still sitting off to the northwest of southern edge there at Delta 5. I'm not sure what he's doing. This 76, they're definitely playing a lot more cautious here now. They've lost a few tanks here, the Blue 4. From my side, it's allies. Just on the cameras.
Wait. If you jump into my camera, you got the Stuart hitting the Tiger up the bum.
Let's get that real close, shall we? Let's have a good look at that.
Oh, the Tiger missed. The Tiger missed.
Oh dear. Let's keep going up there and have a look. I've got mine up top right. That's a good little Stuart. What are you doing? Don't sit there in the front of it. Do not. That was always the way it was going to end up.
Bad luck to Aussie Beard, Hots, and Oxy. They did really well though. They almost killed Fiercey on his first life. Fierce, Constantine, and Joshua Tree all on their first life.
If you're a little bit nervous now, a little bit, repair that shit. Hurry up. Can you just bring up your map for us, Gabes, please? We're going to run to your screen for a second. And so I'm sort of flicking around here a little bit, folks. There's mine in the top left at the moment. I've got that fat guy is the top right. And I do apologise for the audio. The OBS did something while I was away the last week and it defaulted my microphone away, apparently. Who knew? So I haven't, literally the computer hasn't been touched in a week and suddenly the microphone doesn't work. So whatever. So it works now, obviously, but fucking... There's always something. If that's the only thing that I do wrong tonight, then yay, as long as I'm reporting on the battle. What do we got there? We got 4 tanks, pretty heavily invested, 5 tanks. They're all, look, this 76 has got his, whoa, what was that? Something just blew up. That 76 has got his work cut out for him though, hasn't he, mate?
Oh, he does. He's getting smashed from the side. Wait a minute. No, he got it. He got the Panzer IV.
I saw that. Yeah, that's an easy enough kill.
With a Tiger tank behind, and Sibs and Red Cordial are sitting there in a Tiger.
Right, so for the viewers at home, what we've got there, top left corner is Gobatron's camera, and he's going to follow some tanks pretty close for the majority of this. I'm main screen, of course, here watching this 76, who has... Well, there's a Panzer IV, I think, off to the left, or is that the actual... Yeah, no, that's definitely, I think, Panzer IV off to the left there, so that 76 better wake up onto that one. Here comes the first...
Sibs is going to fire onto I Run. They haven't seen each other yet, so he's got his turret facing towards him. You just can't see him over the rise. Yeah,
there it is, and that's the little interesting thing about Foy, isn't it? There's a little bit of that undulating. Whoa! What the fuck was that? Whatever it was loud and it went flying past. It scared the shit out of me. So, well, there you go. Look at that. That was really. Fascinating. That's whatever that is getting shot in the side. That's a 75, I reckon. Oh, crap. Oh, there's an explosion onto the repair. There's a shot into the side again of that 75, I would assume. And he's getting hit pretty hard, but he's getting hit hard by something that's light, because that's not doing a lot of damage. He's driven up onto the side of the haystack. Never ends well at all. Never ends well at all, but he's still alive. No matter how many rounds they put in, they are not taking him down. Bam, bam, bam. That's definitely a 75. Dingo Pup's gone, fuck this, I'm out. I'm stuck on her. He's stuck on the thing. Oh, now they're getting... Oh, Dingo got in the tank at the right time. There they go. They just got pincered beautifully by 2 tanks. One up to the northwest and off to the south. That's a recon. There you go. That's a Puma running around to the right. And, of course, we've still got that 76 in the middle who wondered what the fuck just happened. He didn't shoot a single round, and he was watching, hearing stuff go around everywhere. God, that round scared the shit out of me, Gopes. Anyway, while I was quickly telling you, his top left is Gobatron on the zoom-in cam. He's going to follow some tanks pretty close for us. Top right is that fat guy, who's probably, by the look of that, in a fairly fast tank. Looks like a Panzer IV, I reckon, by the front there. Very hard to see. Here's the Puma, though. It's coming around the back of the 76 and has left just as quickly as it arrived. That 76 has made absolutely short work of the Puma. Well done to Torrance's Cinnamon Buns and I Run for popping that one. But that's not the biggest threat for them. They're over to the top left there, just near the N30 highway sign. There's a little building, and I'm pretty sure that's a tank hiding behind that building that was shooting. Yes, it is. Look at it reversing now. So the 76 has no idea it's there. We've got another one rolling in pretty fast at the front. There's another Panzer IV. I reckon that's Fat Guy there. I absolutely reckon that's Fat Guy, because here he comes around there with his camera. He's looking hard. He's watching. He's seeing the truck, but he hasn't seen it. There they go. There they go. They just found it. Boom. Took the shot. A little bit of a lag delay there between it. But here they go. They're looking hard at it now, but I don't think they're going to last any more than about 3 seconds. And 1, 2, 3, that's the end of it. Over to the left, though, coming in now is a Tiger, I think. Looks
yeah,
like
Tiger. Tiger's coming in, but he can't see him over the dead ground. So he's got just the 76 has got the dead ground. Oh, here you go now. Side shot.
Yeah. 76 still has no idea he's out there, even though his mate got shot from out that way before. He doesn't know it's there. Ringo's complaining, oh, that's it. The 76 is now going, there's another shot. There's crossfire going on. So this Tigers hit the 76. This is on the game over for the 76. Thank you for coming. That's the end of that 76. What have we got over to the left here? I have no fucking idea. The Tiger's there. He's sitting in there. He's coming for the kill, and he's succeeded at it. There's only 2 tanks left. Well, no, there's only 1 tank left now. They've lost all their numbers. That's a 76 in the forest. So let's just have a look to see if we can find it. There it is. I can just see it over there on the right. It's just reversing off because it's got that the Tiger that's shooting it now.
The Tiger shooting it, yep.
And he's
that was a miss. That shooter missed there. Shooter missed on that shot.
Oh, that's a miss from the Tiger. Oh, yeah, there you go. Look at that. Here we go. Here it is. Here it is. Has he got the shot? He's got the hit again. I don't think he actually hit it well enough then. I'll try and get down in behind it here so we can see the perspective. He has no idea. That's a 75. I apologise. I thought it was a 76. I counted too many dots. He's probably got to stop going out there.
He missed.
What
he
is
hit the
that?
He hit the barn. So Sibs and Red Cordy will hit the barn.
That wasn't a 75, mate. That was actually, that was a 76 on the left flank that put a round in towards that Tiger. Because the 75 didn't shoot when that round hit that barn. Here's the 76 now going frontal. He's using the low ground. If we could just get down and have a look here. This is Blackbeard now. He's using the terrain to his advantage a little bit here. In coming in, sort of there's a bit of a drop, and then you come up over a ridge line. So he might be able to approach that Tiger. But you can see there, I just had the light up of the enemy team in the distance, because I'm, of course, on the blue side. So the orange side lights up. So they're not far off there. Look, they're marked. Yeah. This is interesting. Devil's obviously doing some good recon work there for the team. Here we go with the 76 trying to find the Tiger. What else have we got in tanks on that side, Gobes?
So we got Magic Arab and Brig Fish pushing down in F4, F6, F4, F5 now. And right just out of spawn is that Fat Guy's team's just leaving the HQ zone now.
Yeah,
they're using mediums.
The trouble with tank battles is it takes a fair while to get anyone forward, so it's sort of like a submarine battle where you're sitting on top of the water watching it. That's what's kind of occurring here a little bit. And then all of a sudden we get this flurry of action. It's like prom night, isn't it? There's nothing happens, and then all of a sudden everything's happening. Here we go. There's the 76. 76 is just taken around from the Tiger, but he managed to hit with the first round, and the second round has done its duty and taken it out. However, I would assume that is a Panzer IV or something smaller.
Yeah, that's a Panther 4 on my icon.
Yep, there we go. I just saw the smoke come across there. So off in the distance, we've got a Panzer IV now that's plinking away. This 76 has no idea where it is, or his turret might be broken. That actually might be what's happening. That turret is broken because that's a hell of a slow turn. The 76 has just missed, so they know where it is now.
And the Panzer IV can't reverse because it's stuck. It's stuck on a pole, so it can't reverse properly. It's got to push forward.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Let's get in and have a look at the back of this tank. We might actually cop a round through the face.
And it's dead.
Whoa.
That Panzer IV is gone.
That was a 400-metre kill. That's a nice kill there from the Sherman. But now they've got to work out where to go to repair this thing because it's looking a bit brokey. And I'm surprised they're actually going to still keep moving forward here. I would have probably popped someone out since you were in that position and quickly repaired it. because by the time anyone else comes over, someone just died over there. That's
well, the Americans can push up really hard on the left flank if they wanted to, because the Germans don't have any tanks there except for one pushing through the 4-5 line now, as you can see on my screen, which is Standoff, the fat guy, and Charm. So they're on the far side, and just Fierce, Constance, and Joshua Tree still in their first life Tiger tank.
All right. Well, what I've just noticed is that there's a critical shortage of fuel on the Allied team. Logistics is key here. So they've actually got 2 light tanks now going around. We are going to follow this little Stuart, this plucky little Stuart, if I can get locked onto it. Oh, okay, I've done that.
And the Germans have over 1,000 fuel, so they're fine. They've got enough for what they need.
So this little view we've got now, folks, this is where I'm hands-free and we're following the tank quite nicely. And this is what I love about the admin cam when you're following tanks. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here as we race around behind this guy, because it's going to probably clip me through all the bloody
wait a minute. They've spotted, the Tiger tank has spotted that light tank pushing through the trees.
On the left side? All right.
On the right, in the H line, the H7 line.
Oh, okay, that other tank. Oh, I'm actually following a Stuart on the left-hand side of the map. So we certainly know.
Let me know when it's pushed up to, and I'll watch the Tiger tank. You watch, and you've got a.
Well, we've got him right now. We've got him right now chasing. He's spotted the Panzer IV. That Stuart spotted the Panzer IV, and now he's going to rip into it from the rear. And these Stuarts are quite impressive. If they're on it, they need to get quick. If this is a 3-man crew, that tank should be awake. It definitely is not. The driver's stopped. That Stuart's plopping him away. He's not shooting very well. I don't think they've done this very well at all. And you shouldn't sit still when you're in a light tank. You should move the whole time, because what happens here is that this Panzer IV can now do that. Oh, he's just taken around from somebody else, and he's taking one on the front, and now there's machine gun on him. The Stuart can outmaneuver him, but if they're not on it, oh, that's an interesting shot. Oh, there's another shot coming in from over there. The Stuart is doing it wrong here because he's allowing himself to do that. Now they've been tracked. That's the end of the Stuart. 3, 2, 1. Oh, there we go. He's actually hit and not killed it, and he's getting shot in the arse. The Stuart's lost its turret. That's what. Oh, boom, double boom. Oh, that was a comedy of error. Absolute rubbish. Sorry, guys, I'm just racing over. Oh, I can hear that Tiger.
That Tiger does not know that iRun has ran around the outside and is pushing through the G4 or G5 line. So he's going round the Bunnings. So
I've got him now. I've just got iRun now. He's got someone chasing him. Who's chasing him? Pearson and Constantine. I can see that.
Yeah, but they don't know he's gone that way. So he's in the clear. He's just made a Tiger tank completely redeploy itself and open up that flank. So if they wanted to get another tank in, they could.
Now, I have proven that you can kill a Tiger tank with a Stuart with 2 shots in the back end of it, but you actually, or maybe 3, but you actually have to hit it in the right spot. And so this Stuart now is racing in behind the Tiger, who is, I can hear some shooting off into the distance there, 120 metres out. This Stuart, he's going around the wrong side of the building. Oh no, the Tiger's dead. Ah, disappointment. Someone's killed the Tiger. That Stuart would be bitter about that. He's done all that run. I mean, you've always got to expect that iRun is going to run, though, and that's what he's doing in this.
Just to let you know, there's there's 2 Tigers on the field. There's a Tiger on his left and on his right, long range. So I'm just the other Tiger is at D5 keypad 1, moving into D6. That's a Tiger tank. That's bad. Crew.
We do all the correct inflections on people's names here too. Mustang. All right, so this Stuart is now static. 9 minutes to go is what we're getting told by Ed Panzer, of course. Yeah, look, sorry about the sound before, guys, but it's now working obviously pretty well. I think the Stuart's going to die. It's not a matter of if, but when. They're pinging a tank at 350 metres. Let's have a quick look what we got out there. There's a, what is that? That's a 76 on the point. Okay, so I've got the 76 off there to the left. There in the distance, we can see as the marker is there just off to the left of that building, right? So sort of centre screen right there we go. Look at that. Straight onto it. Sibs and Red Cordial. Is that 76 awake enough to pick that up? I can't believe this Stuart is just sitting still. That's brave. I never sit still on a Stuart.
Tank's turning towards it.
Yep, there we go. We've got the 76 has seen it. there's a good mark on it. I'm going to race over here and have a look at the back of the 76th. Oh, there's the Stewart. The sitting still Stewart is dead. Who saw that coming?
And that was Just Fierce, Constantine and Joshua Tree, still in their first life, pushing on through. So they're going to try to sneak up behind Aussie Bids and his crew now.
Yeah, I'm just seeing them now. I can see them at the top there, and that's a Panzer IV they're sneaking in, correct?
No, I don't know. I can't tell, sorry.
No, that's a Tiger, actually, looking at this distance.
Oh, yeah, they're in a Tiger, yeah.
They're
still at, yeah. Just Fierce is still in that first life, Tiger, so...
Well, let's say that Aim Hot, Oxy and Aussie Backbeat are in a bit of trouble now because they have a Tiger either side of them. I think that's a Tiger out on the west side of the map. Certainly that's a Tiger there up to our east, northeast.
And there's a Panzer IV pushing behind Just Fierce to give him some support, so... That was a ricochet.
That was a beautiful ricochet. I didn't even have to do the camera work for that one. It looked good. That's not a ricochet. That's great shooting through the building for the Tiger. He's shooting through the holes. Oh, and a terrible counter shot. And that's the end of the 76th. Let's say that the American or the Allied team in this particular round have been thoroughly outclassed by the Axis forces. Poor old Devil, they're racing into repairs. I mean, there's a Puma racing around the back here. They have been absolutely outclassed on the Allied team. There's only about 6 minutes to go. Who's that? Gremlin Igniculus and Lord Ginge. Shouts to Igniculus. He's one of our fellow streamers. Oh, look, they've even come around the back of whatever that is racing up the road. That's a 75. That 75 is toast in about 5 seconds. Puma's just shooting the shit out of it. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, he's not actually killing it. I wonder if they're hitting it low enough. You've got to shoot pretty low at the back of those things. There it is. That's definitely a kill. What else have we got out here at the moment? Just fuck all, really, for the, the Allied forces. There's a northeast. Well, there we go. We're going to quickly whip up there and see what this little fella can do. I can hear him around the back here. That's a. What are these things called? A Churchill? No, not a Churchill. Shit.
Greyhound.
Greyhound, thank you. God, Churchill.
Churchill.
That's British thing.
Isn't that 40 kilos, 40 tons of steel or something? Oh, wait a minute.
Guy.
Look at my screen. You've got the Stuart. Oh, sorry, the Greyhound hitting the
I'm watching that right now, mate. He's in behind it. That Tiger's not going to be able to outturn him. But he's got a Panzer IV on his right.
Will that make Joshua, Just Fierce and Joshua Tree's tank die? It's their first life, so what if they'll live? Josh has jumped out. He's healing.
Josh has jumped out for the hill. He's going to get
run over.
Oh, that's a great play. But the Panther IV is going to save the day, I think. Oh, yes, it is. Tiger Tank, you can greatly thank that Panzer IV that's sitting beside you, that is carrying you pretty hard in that moment in time. That Greyhound was definitely winning that. Well done, Panzer IV, for taking him out. Poor bastard that got run over.
That fat guy gets the German man of the match for that one, just to save Fiercey and Constantine on that one, I reckon.
Save one of the clan leads. There you go. Well done. There's another 76 coming up the main road. We know that's worked so well for them so far. Where's that Puma? I have no idea. Let's get down and have a look at that. I'll leave you with the
G6, mate. G6, G7. In G7, keypad 1. He's slowly moving into G8 now, keypad 7.
All right, well, I'm just going to go down here and follow this Sherman. This will pretty much be
They've seen it, and it's dead.
Oh, that's a different tank. I apologise. There was another one then. I'm actually down, where am I? I'm in Fox 8 at the moment, right on the back of a Sherman as we roll in. Look, this is their last play, really. There's nothing else from this point. And I'm going to do shouts out. There's a whole bunch of people in chat at the moment. It's really lovely to see you all. Flintlock, thank you very much for the resub, mate. I do appreciate that. And Winchy, again, 3 months now, mate. Thank you for supporting me this whole way. Candy Rock's good to see you. Lovely to see you. You're actually watching something a little bit different tonight. The first match is just a tank versus tank battle for the BPL. The second match tonight is a proper match, but it's a friendly between the Nards and TFK, so it'll actually be quite a competitive match on Carrington. And then tomorrow night, of course, is going to be 2 of the points battles, and the last 2 points battles for the actual evening. I'm going to throw some shout-outs in there in a second, because I don't have any classy mods yet. We're not got to that stage on my streams. But and Carnio, of course, is an old-time mate of mine, been around forever. He's probably as old as the sun, just like me, correct? So Thanks for joining us, Carnio. This is a bit of an interesting one tonight, mate. I'll do a few shouts here. And I think he's an underscore after his name, good old Igniculus. Oh, no, I've spelt him wrong. So there you go. So we're doing a little bit of that stuff, trying to get this community working in the... no, I've got him wrong. All right, well, we'll work him out later. We've got a few good folks there that I need to do shouts for, so I'll get around to that in a second because we want to watch the action at the moment. And to be perfectly blunt, the Allies are getting completely dominated by the Axis forces. Gopes, how many kills are we up to for the Axis? 10, 12, 15 takes? I don't even know.
I'll have to go back through Battle Matrix and check that out, but I'm just sharing the scores there. It looks pretty devastating for the Allies, but the Allies have got a good kill ratio. It's just I don't know what's going on.
There's a bit of a trouble here for them, of course, as you can see up the top. They've got 420 fuel left, and they've been quite short for a while. There's a recon tank out the side. That looks like it's going to be a little bit more exciting for the last 2 minutes, so we're going to follow that little sucker around. I said sucker, S with a S, right? Okay. We're going to follow these guys around out here anyway. See where they are. They're lurking in here somewhere. Where are you? All right. There we go. We've shot out. There's another Greyhound, not a Church of God. I'm tired. That's what it is. I don't know. I just spent the week in Sydney, as I mentioned before. That was as fantastically fun as you could think, hanging around Hyde Park at a logistics summit. And if you think that was thrilling, then you need to have your head read because it was not. But here I am back tonight, and it's good to be back in and doing this. And what do we got, Gopes? Where's the nearest threat? So at the moment, I'm racing around Delta 5. They've got about 2 minutes, not even that.
He's run behind. That tank's run behind all the Tigers. So if you have a look at my screen, there's a three-way protection. You've got 3 Tigers protecting the middle point, and then you have a recon down at F8 and another Panzer 2. Sorry, Panzer 4 dyslexia. Okay, so you got they're just defending Southern Edge, so they're not even looking back, so they're only looking forward. So if that tank can get behind them,
well, he's got 1 minute to do whatever the hell it is he needs to do. He's got 1 minute, and he's obviously the gunner's just said stop. God damn it, stop! They've seen something. There's some shots going on. I can hear shots to the south there.
Oh, that's dead.
Is that the end of the 76?
It's about to be.
Oh, there we go. Boom.
Yeah,
and you can see that explosion. So the 76 has tried to push in on the point. Cameras at the moment. We've got Gobes in the top left and Fat Guy in the top right. Here we go with the Greyhound racing into the point for the final play. 20 seconds left. He got stuck. Oh, has he? He's almost stuck in a hole. What a way to finish. That would sum up the Allied match tonight. It would absolutely sum up the tanks have gone because it's just been the poor buggers. All right, here we go. We've got this little fella running around. 4 seconds on the clock. Game will be called in a second. You can see the tank around the back there. So the last hurrah. I thought he was stuck. I really did. There's a few carcasses around. He's got some shots going off over that way. There we go. Let's get up high. That's a Panzer. No, Tiger. There's a Stewart racing in as well.
He's got that Greyhound's going to run right in front of the Tiger. If you have a look.
Oh, he's not even watching. The Stewart is missed.
He's showing his butt to the Tiger. Tiger's turning in. And what a kill.
There is, ladies and gents. You can see the map being changed now. Tiger has killed the Axis forces. A complete bombing run to show you that the match is over. That was domination by the Axis forces there. Absolute domination. And that's how it rolls in it. All right, so what we've got now is we've got 15 minutes before the next round starts. They're just doing some map flicks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run the pre-video again, the map review of Carentan again. I believe we're going back to the normal BPL rounds now, which is we're playing on the proper map for this week, and it's Carentan. So I put together a little video. I usually do it Wednesday nights, just do a pre-round review. This is the video that I'm going to run for you now, and I hope you enjoy it. While we take a little break here, we'll be back in about 10 minutes back to the live casting part of it. Again, we find ourselves flying past Utah Beach for one of the map reviews for the Big D Premier League. This time, though, we're going to fly down this little channel here, and of course come across at the end of it, Carentan. Carentan was a small town in World War II of about 4,000 people, and its population today is only about 6,000 or 7,000. But why was it so critical in World War II? Well, the reason is quite simple. It linked Utah and Omaha beaches, and actually was the hub of 4 major roads and a railroad on the Normandy Peninsula. Just to the north of Carentan is a place called Dove River Floodplain, which is better known as Purple Heart Lane. That's a map in Hell Let Loose as well, of course, but for this round we're going to be looking at Carentan itself. Here our little flyover takes us over the train station, which still exists today. There's town centre and the chapel on the left. And then as we fly a little bit further to the north-ish, we come across the canal crossings themselves. Those are the 3 points that they're going to be fighting over in the map on this particular round. Whether it be this footage from Microsoft Flight Simulator or what we're going to see in the game footage, one thing's clear, that's pretty dense terrain to fight over. Here's our standard east to west flyover now of in-game footage. I've even got pretty arrows now so you can see which way I was zooming over the map. As you can see as we fly over that central area at least, there's just buildings and buildings and buildings anywhere, and that is absolutely going to be the theme of this round. House to house fighting and the ability to clear buildings and control them is the key, I think. Here's our obligatory north to south flyover. That's canal we just flew over. Here's the town centre, and then we come across train station not long afterwards. Again, you can see it's buildings, buildings, buildings all the way. Let's have a little bit of a chat about train station first. Now, it's not the most open of the 3 points, but it has 2 very big open areas. And we're going to see it now as we pan around here. You can see there looking west, that big long train track itself. That is a great fire lane. The other one is, now the point itself is actually that little building on the left there with the water tower and everything on the other side of the train carriages. There we can see it in the middle of the screen. Just on the other side of that there's a road as well. What does this mean? Well, every time I cross the damn train tracks or those roads, some prick's shooting at me. That's what always happens. And that's the key to this here now. The only way you really can attack this point is from north or south, because you get lots of cover coming in, but you have to cross one of those 2 lines of fire to get into the point. East and west, there's not really a lot of options there to come running in at them, because they're big open. That's the problem, and that's the defensive key to this point. Here we are looking north now from the south side, and this is a very different perspective. If you think about this, there is absolute bucket loads of cover for you to move in from the direct south, with the exception of running across those fire lanes. So that's the problem with this map, and the key to taking the point or defending it. You're not going to be able to look from the north to the south and shoot at anything because there's so much cover. But east and west lanes, well, there's a different story. Here we are looking from the north directly south, and you can see there's no way you can see through any of that. Same problem as if you're on the south side. So it is literally all about crossing those major roads / train tracks to get into the point, and you've got to defend those. I mean, you can put people in these little streets to look north, but they're just going to come around from a different direction. And there's the bird's eye view now from the point, the 360 panoramic, as we look around and circle around to the right. You can see there, look how far you can see. You know, a tank way down that road is going to be able to pound on the point all day, and machine gun, of course, as well. That's important. Same in the other direction, and that's the east-west we're talking about. Whereas if we flick around to the north-south, yeah, everyone's going to be able to crawl in on you pretty quick there, unless you're covering those areas. Oh, right, the granddaddy of the 3 areas. This is town centre. And many a hard-fought battle is fought in this area. Oh, it is a bastard to crack, because particularly with only 25 people, you're going to have a devil of a time trying to put enough defence on the ground to stop consolidated pushes. However, there aren't a lot of avenues to come in from. There is one favourite a lot of people will use, and that's this, just in the bottom centre now, sort of bottom centre there. That building, that's a great space to come in from. It's good multi-line attacks. And the church, of course, is just off to the left there now. So coming in from that way is quite a favourite for many folks. You've got a few paths there looking, what direction that's probably north, isn't it? Looking northish there. A lot of lines to come in from, whereas the south side, not so many. And we're just now looking at that north analysis from the south side. You can see the church up there. It's actually quite an important control point. Not so much because you want to shoot from the church, because it's not that great. But you can put garrisons and OPs and that up around that area. There's a lot of options there, and people don't necessarily stumble across your OPs or garries. So it's quite important. The canals are way up there as well. They're actually important for being able to hide stuff, I guess. Looking from the north down to the south now, it's just buildings everywhere. Of course, we've got the train tracks way over to the south further. There's a lot of advance points coming from down that south area as well, but the paths into town centre aren't as prolific as the north side. And here we are. Look, there's the chapel. You can see up there on the left there. Look at all the options here now as we're sitting on the point itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sort of areas they can come in from there. But then we swing around this way. There's not as many. There's one major thoroughfare there. There's a couple of side options, of course, but it's just not as good. So you can defend that way pretty easily, but out that other side, not so much. And here we are now looking at Canal Crossing, which is up the north, of course, the third of our points. And this one is definitely the most open of the three. But it comes with its own unique challenges. Now, the point itself is actually on the middle of the bridge and just touches onto the north and south side of the bridge as well. So straight away you can see there's trenches north and south. Those are going to be key to actually put troops in and defend, or at least hold those areas, because if someone gets a footprint into that area, they can put fire support on the bridge and start to actually cap a lot more effectively, because they're right next to the circle, if not already in it. So that's the first thing. Now if we look from the south side looking north, you can see there quite open terrain. This is actually from the city side. What does it mean from city side? Well, it means there's a lot of approach points that are options on the table. There's these warehouses you can sort of just see there just before the river. They are a favourite attacking line for a lot of teams. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Here we are looking south. You can see the chapel there in the distance. A bit more open up here, but you can approach reasonably well. There's a lot of hedgerows and stuff that give you cover and concealment on the way in, and then of course we're flying over you see the point there in front of us. Another favourite of course for people is to put a sniper on one of the cranes, and that gives them really good lines of fire down the river or down the canal. That's quite important too. Finally, we'll do our little panoramic here, starting north and swinging around clockwise. You can see they're quite open. You don't want to be standing up on the bridge because people can shoot you from a long way off. Lots of approach there on the south and the city side, so I think that's going to be quite important to control. Looking out to the west there, fairly open, but some buildings and stuff to come along, come up to. So, yeah, open, but not as much as you might think. And just to finish off, we'll do a little low pass flyover. Here's our train station, then we'll go up through city centre shortly and everything. Lots and lots and lots and lots of buildings, lots of running around streets and such. It's important to remember one thing though, those streets are lines of fire, a great place for putting guns to shoot down. And also, you've got to keep your head up when you're running up and down them, or you will be a victim of those wonderful lines of fire that the enemy set up to get you with. Okay, let's turn that video off and let's sit on the screen and let's see what's happening. We are still sitting here waiting. Yeah, there's some weird shit going on with the old bitrate tonight, so I'm just trying to trim off a little bit to make it a little bit more stable, but there's been pretty wild weather down here, and I think that's what's happening. Anyway, of course, joining us for this second match tonight is Gobetron again. Gobes, welcome back, man.
Welcome. Thanks, man.
He's like, fuck, where's the mute button? Got it. Good. And after having played in the last match, we've got Deadman joining us now. Deadman, welcome.
Thanks for having me back.
No, it's good to see you, man. All right. What we are doing is we are going to watch a friendly match between the Nards on the left and TFK on the right. But we'll notice something quite obvious right now. there's a lack of TFK pile on the right-hand side. So I've been told by Fiercey that there's maybe a 5-minute delay while they get their shit in the one sock. It is about 3 minutes away from the friendly match start time. Don't know what's going on there for the TFK boys. They're a good bunch. And they were new to the competition and as a clan, pretty much. And, you know, they've been fighting pretty hard, but they've struggled a bit. Deadman, you guys have played them. When did you play them?
GFK, was that last round?
Now you're going to ask me to remember things. Dave. I've got to bring it up on a spreadsheet. Just let me have a look here. Here we go. I've got this fancy spreadsheet. You know, every good thing has a good spreadsheet. Yeah, you did, actually. It was last time. Fairly resounding win, though, there for the OC guys. You guys played pretty well through the season. I guess my question for you, Deadman, at this point in time, while we're just having a bit of a chew the fat here, is what's been some of your success? What's it been based on?
I think one of the things, I mean, it's quite obvious. We're a very aggressive team. But we keep the enemy on
bunch
the
of angry
back
old men, or just really aggressive players?
Both. One feeds the other.
Well, there's a few ladies in the clan now, so maybe they'll balance you out a little bit. And
I think we've got about 5 females on our team now, which is great. New one on trial. So, but yeah, we are quite an aggressive team. We like to push quite hard, push them back out of the sectors, so we don't even have anything really to defend. One of the jobs I do is just harass their back line. They just send me solo out there to kill shit, and it seems to work out well.
We've been privy to that a little bit, mate, watching you run around and just piss everybody off, really, with your playstyle. You're quite a good player, obviously. We know that. There's certainly... I'm looking to test that, actually, Deadman. I'm looking to test whether or not you are one of the top players in the Oceanic community. There's a few little things coming down range in the months ahead for Hell Let Loose from different clans are putting together different comps and you know, opportunities to showcase your skill set. The one I'm looking at is it's all written already. It's the 5 versus 5, the squad versus squad, one life kind of competition thing. I think that's going to be a real good opportunity for you to show us whether or not you have that level of skill. What do you think about that, mate?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. One life, that's going to be a challenge for me. I know that because I am not very patient. And in one life events, you kind of have to be. You need the aim, but you need the patience with it. Yeah,
but in some ways, and this we see that with a lot of the OC guys is that, you know, they are a little bit impatient. They get... I remember Tattoo a couple of rounds ago, was sitting there saying to me that he struggled to actually get you to defend the areas he needed you to defend because you were all kind of running around aggressively forwards. So, it'd be interesting to see how you go with that, man. Anyway, flicking across to Gobes. Gobes, I know you love Recon. That is pretty much about 98% of your gameplay is that type of style of running around as a spotter. And annoying the shit out of whoever you can from the enemy. Are we going to see you as one of the top players in the community, mate?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't put myself in the top players. I just love harassing the back lines and taking out Garys. That's what I love to do. So about kill ratio. When you recon, it's about taking out those Garys. As long as I take out 5 Garys a game, I'm pretty happy with myself.
Yeah, 5. He's got a quota, Deadman. He's got a quota. Do you have a quota?
My quota? No, I just kill everything I see.
I must admit, I'm a little bit like that. We were talking a couple of weeks ago about you know, knife and shovel kills and stuff like that, and I'll be first to admit I've never killed anybody with a shovel or a knife in this game yet, and the reason is because I pull the trigger first. As soon as I see something, it gets a hail of bullets.
But with recon, you have to know when to fire, and sometimes it's best to let the enemy run past. You, and then go take out the garrison. Silence is always sometimes the best option. But Deadman, if you want to kill, mate, I'm happy for you to be my sniper anytime.
There you go. I agree with you there, Goes on recon, and I do withhold bullets where I need to affect something else. But I don't then like chase someone to hit him with a shovel sort of thing. I know a lot of the recon players out there like to do that. They get that whole, I can kill that guy, and they race in and shovel them and that. But they're maybe not focused on what should be get going on. I have bad news for you though, Gopes. The comp I'm going to run is it's only infantry squads, man. So you're going to have to showcase your wares in a non-spotter role. We can give you a submachine gun though. That's I can guarantee you that.
Anything but bolt action, and I'm good.
Yeah. Now we're just at a point now with that comp of actually trying to deconflict schedules of different things that are going on, so that we don't saturate the community with too many things all at once. So I've just noticed that we're just starting to see some of the guys come in now. That's good news. So we'll just see this sort of fill up here. And, I believe they're fighting on Karantan, so that we'll probably see the map reset. I might just pop myself onto the ground here at least then, so I can see the map change thing come up. Normally I've got a sexy little video of footage of flying around Karantan or flying around the map for the week that you actually get to watch, that I used to splice together for the pre-round review as well. But unfortunately, because I was away this week, I didn't get that video done, and I couldn't get it rendered today in time, so I just stopped the rendering and went into the casting side of things. But let's talk a little bit about Karantan, boys. Gobes, if you had to assess what Karantan's all about, tell me, what do you think Karantan's all about?
Karantan's all about blocking the approaches. So when up the top, you obviously have to block the bridges, stop the infantry and tanks and trucks moving across, and in the middle of towns putting up roadblocks and mines, and down the south there's mines. So I think that's pretty much the way that you're going to play, is to take every avenue. They're going to have to fight house by house, I reckon.
Yeah. What I might do is actually, while we're waiting here, I'll bring up the Karantan map. Tell me, Deadman, what are your thoughts on Karantan?
It's one of those maps where how you play it is going to be dictated by which point you get. So obviously if you get something like Town Center, it's going to be a lot close range. You have a lot of narrow pathways. There's only a few ways into that point. But if you get one of the outside edges, there's a lot more open fields where you can snipe. You can get AT guns up on hills, firing down at the point. There's different ways that you can play that one.
Let's try something there. I think I just lost microphone for a second. Gobes, if I was going to ask you about Town Centre, and without asking for any tips or tricks because you're playing tomorrow night, if I was going to ask you what's your favourite point and then your least favourite point, so out of Town Centre, Canal Crossing and train station, which one would you prefer to fight over, and kind of just a rough why, and which one do you hate the most?
Canal would be my favourite.
Canal, what's that?
You've got many roads, many ways to approach it. Open fields really up close, but up far it's all blocked by bocage or buildings. Worst favourite is the middle point, because you just build up barricades and you're locked in. You can't get in, you can't get out, and satchels and bombing runs are going to own the day.
But that's where, for Town Centre itself, you'd actually be wanting to run tanks in. Effective tanking on that is going to be key to get that point crack open, isn't it?
Yeah, but you only get one tank, see? And if you get one tank, that's you blow that tank up, it's going to take a while for that tank to get back. Plus, you can have 6 or 7 guys running with satchels, putting satchels down with 2 minute, 1 minute, and 30-second timers, and you can do a rolling your own bombing run through that town. So it's just pretty scary if you're a tank crew and it's town centre.
Yeah, well, I'll be interested to see what they do there. Dead Man, what are your thoughts? Positive, best, your favourite point and your least favourite point, mate, and why on both of them?
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with Gobers on Canal. I think that's probably my favorite point for Carentan. Just because, it does have a mix. Like, you can have that fight in the town just on the other side of the water. You have the wide open ranges. Yeah, there's lots of trenches around there. Good positions to attack and defend from. But yeah, I tend to agree as well. Just the explosive combat on town center it's infuriating for an infantry player like myself sometimes. Just constant grenades and satchels and tank shells going off. Where I do think tanks will be one of the keys to getting the city. They are very easily countered, and because there is only one of them, you only have about one attack with the tank every 5 minutes or so.
Yeah, and I am actually slightly partial to train station myself. And the reason I am is because I like the mix of buildings and openness down there. But also, as I said in the pre-round video, it feels like somewhere where I could set up a really good defensive posture, but also can assault quite effectively. The number of times I've fought in that area just to the northeast of train station is, I can't even begin to count. But there's a few, here we go, we've got the map changes, by the way, so this is good news for everybody. But you've got a few options as well as to how you actually look at attack on town centre. So, coming in from the southeast or the southwest, there's some overwatch from hills and things like that actually comes into play that people might not realise from a few hundred metres away. So AT guns might actually play in there. And I like the concept of what town centre could potentially be. Not town centre, train station could potentially be for this type of battle. Anyway, it's not about town centre right now. It's about Carentan overall, and we will find out in a second whereabouts we're going to be fighting for this particular map, for this particular BPL match, which is a friendly, but I don't reckon, like every other friendly match, I don't reckon there's anything friendly about it. And, hey, boys, you got your wish. It's Canal. It's Canal Crossing, so there you go. You can have what you've asked for. Just going to get rid of that music for a minute. And we're going to get ourselves set up here on the point. We'll throw down locked armor squads. That's what we do. I'm on the United States side, guys, so if you could shuffle yourselves around accordingly for that. We've got the two full teams here now. There will be a couple of ring-ins supporting the TFK guys because they don't have a full team always here. Let's just get rid of this, and we're good to go. So, Canal Crossing is what it's going to be. Let's have a look. Let's get a nice close look into Canal Crossing. Now, we know for starters that the point itself is right there. That is the point. That is what you've got to defend or attack, folks. So, good luck to you if you're trying to get yourself in the middle of that. Because as we look at the map here, you can see, I'll just zoom in a bit there. You can see it's, pretty much central to the point. But what is interesting is the trenches there and the trenches there will come into play as capture areas. So that's that little trench sector just here in front of us and this little trench sector just here. They are relevant to the play. What is something else that you need to realise is that there is, if I just get back here and have a look from ground level, you can see that it's not a clear line over the river. Even though the river looks a bit blank, it's all of this terrain around it that is actually quite easy to get cover behind to move up close to it. The trouble is once you get there, how do you get across the bridge to attack the other side? So, that's a bit of an interesting point. Anything you want to add to that, Deadman, about actually trying to break open this point? If you're trying to attack it, someone's embedded on the north side, for example, how do you break that open?
There is a few sneaky spots to attack from, and I don't want to give anything away.
No, exactly.
In case the team we're facing tomorrow is listening, but there is a few spots.
Are you talking about Foy Pass?
Foy Pass, yeah. There's
Right.
also a couple of Scuba Steve spots.
Yes.
There's a few spots to cross that some people may not know about, and if they don't know about that and they're not watching it, they can get into trouble getting flanked on that point quite easily from very close that they think is something that they do not need to watch.
Well, let's test that theory tonight because I reckon we might see some of it. But let's talk about a couple of things here. I don't have Jagdpanzer on camera anymore, but I do have Deadman. Actually, Deadman, yours is not working, so I'll get you to reset it and send it to me again, please, mate. Gobes there is the top left. So, Gobes, I guess we'll give you a bit of a mission here tonight, mate, to be right in over Canal Crossing at all times and be in that squad versus squad combat, not the big aerial view, please, mate. But that's what we've got there. We've got Gobes in the map, giving us some information as well. I didn't set up players on either team tonight because I wasn't sure how it was going to go down. But tomorrow night we will have individual players from both teams doing their thing. I'll keep Gobes' camera up there nice and high. What we will do first, though, is we'll have a bit of a look at what's happening here because the game has started. The wall's cracked down. Flint's up the top there with the supply truck. He's obviously going for a garrison there. There's a transport truck coming along the main road there, and then Winch is coming in down south to put another garrison. We've got a tank going in up north. That's a 75, of course. Actually, shit, what side am I on? I'm on the alleys. Yeah, that's a 75. And we need to just set those mini logos up as well, don't we? So I am on the NRD AAS team here, so they'll be the left one, and then TFK are going to be the right.
The TFK guys have used Foy Pass and they're pushing on through.
They failed.
And they failed. They didn't take it quick enough and they just died as they got... they almost made it.
Oh, dear. So they've drowned. Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah, they drowned. So they crossed over, but they weren't going quick enough. I think they may have got stuck and, just drowned with 1 second to go.
Dear. So there's a huge truckload going in towards the town centre chapel area. But, of course, we're seeing right now that Canal Crossing is being taken by that truck there. And, oh, no, so Cinnamon's bam, Cortex is down. I-Run's, he's definitely I-Running. They've got a few people on the point there from the TFK team. So just for everyone's viewing pleasure at home there, on the top of the screen there, you can see NRDAAS will be the blue 4 on my main screen at all times. And the top right, the orange team will be the TFK guys. And you'll see there, we'll see some Chimera name tags and so on, because the TFK guys have a few ring-ins, which is perfectly fine. It's been something that's been agreed upon throughout the whole thing. Deadman, I can see what you've sent me, that thing there. So while I set that up, Gobes, if you could take over the commentary there and tell me what you've got going on, we're going to go to your main screen for now.
Okay, so you got I-Run laying down, protecting the bridge. So he's protecting the ridge from NRD. And across the road, we have Better from Chimera. They're slowly pushing the bridge. I-Run seeing him, he's laying down suppressive fire. So I-Run's just waiting for them to come across the bridge so he can ambush them.
He actually shot that guy out the roof.
There's a lot of stuff going on here. Well,
the Chimera and KTF, the Task Force Koala, they've actually got across the bridge for the second time. So they got across Foy Pass, so they've made it, and they've built a Gary up at Foy Pass. So
it's all happening here right now on the point, though. We've got a whole bunch of the TFK team. They're up to the top left of my screen and the top centre. The 75's right on the point now, defending I-Run, who somehow, miraculously, is still alive after all of this infantry around him. What we've seen also, though, from the Nards down there to the right is a whole bunch of folks that have come in into the city area. As we were watching that truck earlier, and now they're sweeping through the city, and they're trying to pincer off that TFK push onto the bridge there at Canal Crossing. But the TFK guys have definitely got the north side. The blue 4, let's call them that, got the south side, because there are a few ring-ins in there. Gobes, I can certainly see a couple of the Foy boys that have joined the Nards team tonight, but this is just a friendly scratch match, so it's not really critical that we have all of the key players from the teams on here, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, it's just a scratch match.
So this is looking pretty good, though, here. I-Run is still alive.
Yeah, Phil's coming up to take that garrison. I don't know if he knows that garrison's there with Bread. I think they know the truck's there, but they don't think they know that the garrison's there. Up the top of Canal.
We're just going to get ourselves back here. Nice panoramic here, as you can see. I love this now that I can actually read all the names. Again, big shout-outs to Hubert for pointing that out to me, that we managed to get this running. And the ping thing seems to have settled down as well, so my bit rate's running smoothly now. I don't know what's going on. I think it's just the weather. Cortex is dead, though. TFK controlling the north side, but just off the corner of the screen there, we can see Flint snuck around behind him, and he's going to try and take out Lou Dog, perhaps. There's a bit of a push coming in on the north side. I-Run's managed to come up there. Surely he didn't run up there. He must have died eventually. I missed that somewhere in my play. Few guys out to the right there. The Blue Force, the Nards are trying to control this top area as well. So this is the north of the map, but we've got a great spawn waves come in. There's the capture, though. So the Nards have managed to capture the point, but it's now switching back the other way. It's a bit tight here. I was a bit surprised, actually, how this hasn't really been controlled that well from either team. Even though there was a truck into the point pretty early there. Deadman, I guess, early control is not something that OC particularly fixated on. You guys go for sector control. We know that. We talk about it all the time. Is that what we're trying to see here from the Blue 4? Although they've managed to capture the point, are they going for sector control? Is that what I'm looking at?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. They've got a couple garrisons sector, like, for both sides of the water, so it looks like they're trying to hold... They're still missing a couple of the key sectors that I would be trying to control.
Echo 5 straight away. There's a set of supplies there.
So Aussie Blackbeard hasn't seen that garrison yet, but he knows that there's squads infantry there. He just doesn't realise that the garrison's there with his tank.
Oh,
but
he's turning towards it now.
Yeah, but we have Iron Jack running up with the satchel charge to place it on the tank. But he gets taken out.
Flint saved that tank. Flint
Gary's
just
down.
saved that tank. Gary's down. Well done there. Flint is the saver of all things there. Oh, that was close. Well done, Flint. He's got Kinky there running around. Kinky, of course, being a recon. Can't do much about it. Psychotic Hot Dog, rather.
Oh, they traded?
Yeah, that was a good trade, but the tank's safe now. I can hear a vehicle, though. I can hear a tank. There's a Panzer IV now, coming in for a river overwatch. Here's the 75 awake. He's just swinging his barrel around. He's shooting at infantry still. The Panzer IV knows he's there, but is it marked? Is that tank marked? There's the tank off now. First shot's the winner here. Oh, he shot the wall. Oh, a terrible shot onto the wall there. No good. That 75 now knows he's there. Red's running around. Oh, that's a ricochet. There's the first solid hit. The Panzer IV's in trouble here. That'd be a quick reverse, or otherwise you're dead, son. Good hit back from the Panzer IV. No, the 75's managed to hit the crane. This Panzer IV lives to fight another day. But interestingly, while this is going on, the cap's turned into TFK's favour. Dead man, what the hell just happened?
Wait a minute, he's gonna get clipped. He's gonna get get his bum hit.
Even though they lost that garrison, TFK managed to...
kill.
Yeah, they got their OPs down, and they were still able to push and hold that sector.
That was good play. That was really good play. Good call on that arse shot there. As he pushed up over that little ridgeline there, the Panzer IV exposed his rear, and that was nice enough for the tank to be able to just go pop, thanks for coming. Deadman, your camera's still not working, man. It's coming up with some sort of area message. So we'll have to get some technical assistance onto that. Gobes, if you want to just off to the side, maybe PM him with what might be going wrong there, because I'm not getting anything. Are you sharing the right link there, Deadman? That's what I'm after.
I believe so. I'm using the same way I did it last time. I'll have a try again.
It says something about copy the link and share it in OBS. You got to share that one. But this is all new technology for us, this multicam thing, so we're still trying to work through the details of it. Someone's pinging at somebody. There's pinging going off everywhere here. Of course, I'm in the battle in one of the teams. So we've got, look, let's have a quick look at a couple of the players there. A lot of familiar faces here now. We've all sort of seen a few of these folks playing through, but a few of the Chimera guys have come to join us as well, and that's really cool. The community spirits that
Orca's going to go for that tank. I run and he was going. He stuck on the wall.
Oh, the poor bugger. I'm just watching that in the corner of my eye. This is good control here. The TFK guys have got this bridge, and they've got it well, although there's Saucy down. It's a little bit hard to attack here across this field. I'm seeing that. Hubert's pretty good player. He's now into the trench, but he's got 3 or 4 that he's got to clean through to actually get in. Chad's down. Witt and Cortex are coming around behind. Some good grenading here. See, these guys are able to run into the trenches, and once you're into those trenches, it becomes a little bit harder for a defending team to hold off against that. So that's quite important. TFK, to their credit, have held that southeast part of the canal crossing pretty well. That was somebody just died. Hubert's down as well. There's a bit of trade going on here, but TFK are holding well enough. Still good sector control there to the southwest. Here's a bombing run coming in now. That one, I don't actually know where that must be a garrison snipe, that bombing run. And it is, well, it actually hasn't taken out the garrison out there. But we are, Deadman, I'm seeing on the Allied team now, on the Nards team, I'm seeing good sector control. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 garrisons up in a U shape, sideways, or C shape really, facing towards Canal Crossing. What have you got on the other team, mate?
So they have a single garrison on the cap.
Gobes, bring up your map if you can, please, Gobes. We'll have a quick look at that while
I just sent you the link again if you want to. So yeah, they've got a single garrison on the cap point, and then they have another garrison in G4. Those are the only garrisons after the Blackbeard tank took out that other one, and they've completely stopped any kind of sector control, and they're literally just holding the point.
Oh, there you go. There you go. It's interesting how this stuff works, isn't it? Though you've got to get it right. You've got to get that control over areas. So let's just see. We've got Gobes working okay. We've got Deadman. Deadman is live and loud. Deadman, what I'm going to get you to do, mate, is if you could look out for particular spot battles and stay in nice and close to some of those. Gobes is going to hang around the point pretty much for the whole match and circle around that bridge and watch a lot of that combat around the bridge for us. So Gobes is the top left of screen there, guys. Deadman is zooming around on the top right of screen, and I'm the main screen here. And we've got a bit of a fight going on here on the point. Dingo Pup's in there again. The Nards are trying to push in from the northwest. Oh, God, a yawn. There we go. So you can see they're coming in from this garrison up here. That's where they're trying to push in from. And I'm hovering out here just for a bit of perspective. They've got this control down here pretty well, but TFK own these warehouses, and I talked about them in the pre-stream map review. So, look, well, we've got 30 minutes, just over 30 minutes left of the battle. It really is anybody's. But what I think I think I need a drink here. What I think the main thing I should point out here is this is a really good opportunity for other teams to look how Carentan plays out, particularly at this point, and look at some of the things that go right and wrong. So the two teams, matches that have been played tomorrow night, of course you watched them the night before and you learn some things about how people play it and what might actually happen.
One thing I
Sorry, go on.
One thing I have to say is that Tiger, that 75 that these guys have, like the Americans have, that actually hasn't been. It's been protecting the bridge, like the bridge up at the G3 line, but it actually hasn't done anything for the point at all. So they're not holding the point. So it's just worried about one or two guys where a machine gunner or half a squad could take control of that. But yeah, they're not doing much about it.
I think the thing they were thinking about before up there, because it came through the point, the sun just blew up down there. I don't know what that was. Looks like a truck. I think what happened before was that they realised there was a big threat coming in up the north, and they pushed up there for it. And then because the tank came across to the bridge area, they killed that Panzer IV now. There's a lot of Overwatch opportunity. Let's get down to the river here and have a look at what I'm talking about. So from out here, there's about to be one, is there?
Yep, Tiger versus the 75.
Oh, well, I can tell you who's going to win that one. Let's just see if I can find that Tiger.
Yeah.
Oh, what's it?
Miss.
Is that it shooting up the top there? Oh, there you go. Wow. Absolutely. So we'll get back and have a look at that from a river view. There we go. That's the end of the 75 now. Yeah, and I do agree with you, although it didn't have much point up there, Gobes, because it's not going to... You're not going to have tanks across the bridge. But if we look down here, where I am now is around Golf 4, keypad 7. Look at this area for Overwatch. So if you parked a tank in here, you could watch that bridge, you could watch the trenches on the north there, and you could watch some of that area to the south. And you can provide fire support, or maybe an anti-tank gun. I mean, you know, if you want a great spot for an anti-tank gun, here's one I prepared earlier, that it gives you friggin' awesome Overwatch on the point. If you don't have the point, you can certainly just sit here and shell on it all day. That's just one of a number of spots. And this is what I've been trying to point out about Carentan. It has these huge fire lanes like this river that you can see a long distance over. So even though it feels like a closed city, there's a lot of opportunity there. All right, so now that we've said that, let's have a look at what's going on in the closed city area. We've got the TFK guys, or the TFK team, hiding in the buildings here, down to the south of the point. Deadman, I might get you on that, just around where Hugh Janus, we have to say his name once per stream, don't we? And B-Redder and Rabbit, who just got shot by something. Just get you hovering over that part of the map, please, there near those warehouses. Gobes, of course, is going to hang around in the trenches up north there, and I'm just going to flick around here. The TFK guys are doing really well there, Deadman, in that area. They've shut that down, even though the Blues are in there. They've shut it down pretty well. We've lost Deadman.
Oh, sorry, I'm here now. Found it. I was trying to find Hugh.
So in that area, it's been shut down pretty well by TFK, yeah?
Yeah, it's been shut down pretty well. Like the bunker system was going to flip, but looks like TFK really held it really well. But now the Nards are pushing in again. So the Nards are starting to push in from the top of the map, and they're slowly using smoke to get into the trench line.
We can see that really good footage there in the top left with Goves as they're fighting with Dingo Pup, Philint, and a few others there, Shooter and Bread coming in. Bread looks like he's got his satchel on today. It's been a while since we've seen Bread with a satchel, so I'm really keen to see what happens there, Goves. Keep the camera on him with that satchel, mate. Love a good satchel. I've got Hubert and Pariah and Guac and Hugh Jonas trying to clear out this TFK guys around where Deadman's looking in these warehouses. That's a bit of a tall order, Deadman. I know, no doubt you fought in that area. Tell me a bit about those warehouses, how hard it is to fight in there.
It's pretty difficult. Where the TFK guys are over here, this little compound is actually such a strong compound to hold. From here, you can get on the roofs, you can get on the walls, you have all these little murder holes to shoot out of, you get up on all the crates, you can pop up all over the place. You basically have a 360 view almost of the entire area, across to the point, down the road, you can even shoot across the water from there. So holding this section really shuts down anything that they can do.
Yeah. And Magical Arab saying g'day in chat. G'day, mate. Good to see you. So we just had Deadman's camera on the main screen there. I'll throw that out there. And there we go. We've got that back in. So back onto mine now. Gives him a good chance. Gives my teammates here in the casting to do something there. Deadman, who are you hanging around with there? Who's that?
We got Mav, the crane sniper.
I love a good crane shooter. I get up on these cranes all the time and shoot, and the number of people you kill before they finally realise where the hell they're dying from is hilarious. So I can see Mav in the distance there on my screen, top left, sort of hanging up on that crane. And
he got him!
Oh, what a shot! That's an excellent shot.
He was flanking all the way around, trying to get a cheeky satchel somewhere. That was Bread, so of course he had a satchel, and Mav shut him down.
There we go. There's a really good spawn wave just come in now, though, towards where you're looking down there, Deadman. There's about 6 or 7 by the look of that, of the Nards are running in now to the point. They've got Rice and Pariah, of course, both very good players. They'll be trying to get their OPs in. Here we go, a bit of close combat going in there now. I'm going to just get in and have a little bit of a look while Deadman brings his camera across to it. Where Szechuan Saucy is in amongst those warehouses, mate. There's some really good hand-to-hand fighting going on pretty much. Szechuan's just nailed somebody as they ran around the corner. Brian's been cut down. Great job there. Rice has got him back. There's Hugh Jonas. All right, so Deadman's now watching that in the top right corner for us as we flick back out and have a look at that wider angle view. This is a great push here from the Nards because they've managed to clear out those warehouses. The TFK guys are still holding both sides of the canal, but only just on the south side as the Blues have pushed in pretty hard. And that north Goves, they're actually making their way in quite nicely along that trench system.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well. So looks like Witt's rocking a rocking launcher, and he's coming in to take that garrison out. He knows it's there, he just can't see it.
Well, what's actually happening now, of course, if everyone's watching the top of the screen, you can see the blue bar is now starting to creep across into the middle. And that's because the Nards team has actually managed to put enough people in there. Although, there we go, there's a bit of a spawn wave in. There's a strafe that's come in, it's missed. I'm not even sure what that hit, but it certainly didn't hit anyone in the warehouse area. I do feel that strafes are a bit of a waste on city maps. I must say that. Unless you've got a very clear open line, like across those trenches to the north, it's a waste with a strafe, I think. Bomber runs on the other hand.
There's just been a two-person spawn wave at a garrison, but Witt's taken out all the ammunition, but he's not realised there's a garrison just around the corner.
All right, well, what we've got now is we've got the Nards have cleared that south area, although Rabbit's still in there. There's some supplies or something coming in, possibly even an airhead. We're probably due for one. Let's have a look quickly. Moose is the actual commander of the Nards tonight. Who we got the commander of the other team? Who's on the commander of the other team?
Ida Chuela.
Ida Chuela? Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's bring his name up. So it's Idi Chuela. There we go. Or Idi Chuvela? Who knows?
I'm not sure.
Unless it's not Noppers, and that's all that matters in this competition. We've shut that down. Let it stay down. Good counter defence, though, here from the TFK guys. They've managed to pull enough forces back onto the point to hold it for a second, although it now has flicked back across with that tank rocking up. And the Nards have cleared that south area now quite effectively. I wonder if we've even got any garrisons down there for them. They've got garrisons all around the good circle here.
Did anybody see that? Was that Tiger sniped by that 76?
Did the Tiger die, did it?
Tiger's down, yeah.
That was excellent shooting. I saw that 76 shooting there. He's been hit pretty hard. He's almost on the point.
Hubert was behind him as an AT, but he wouldn't have been able to get that solo.
No, absolutely not. So, well done there. I think it was a bit of a combined arms thing, which is super important, of course. TFK have surged well under the point, so they've obviously got enough spawn opportunities up there to surge in like that, and they've managed to hold the cap. It's being held at the moment, but you can see, though, in the bar up the top there's that off-colour red. So that means that there's a portion of it that was still taken into the blue area, but it's being pushed back now with the surge, and they've got a very good surge. However, I think with 20 minutes to go, just over 20 minutes to go, it's been a pretty effective push here from the Nards. Hubert's now running across the bridge up the north there as well. So whilst they've been distracted into the city area, Hubert's going to be going up there and clearing out spawn waves with Phil. This is good work here from the Nards. They're certainly spread around a bit here. Hubert, of course, being a fly boy. TFK surging into the city now to shut down that attack, though. That's well done from them. They haven't found the garrison way down south here yet, but they have certainly closed down, or at least thinned out the attack path of the Blues that are coming into the point. All right, so for the Nards right now, we'll start with you, Gobes. For the Nards, what do you think they have to do to try and crack this open? I think they are doing it, to be honest, but let's have you talk through it.
I think they're doing what they need to do. I think a repair station would help well with a tank where the tank is. Move a repair station up behind a building so they can just fall back and repair instead of the tank crew jumping out and repairing. That'd be the number one thing they need to do, is bring up a repair station. The other thing is do fire and movement into the trench line, and that's one thing they're not doing, not working as a team through the trench line.
Absolutely, and we can see now they're really circling right around there to where Hubert came in through the buildings, where Flint is right now. Look at that nice close spawn wave there from Dingo Pup's squad. Of course, hopefully he's better with the gun tonight than he was with the tank. He's in Allied team last round. Dead man, they were Allied, and there was some pretty average gunnery out there on the Allied team. Let's just put that out there and leave it, shall we? Anyone can go back and watch and confirm what I've just said. That 76 on point is making a difference. Oh, what a lovely shot! It's making a difference. It's wiped out about 4. In the point itself, there's a really good sector control battle going on here, and the Nards are winning it because they're just gradually squeezing off the TFK spawn points. It's city up north, everything like that. Dead man, what does TFK need to do right now to stop this cap from happening?
Well, they need to find a way to get that tank first of all, because he's just chewing them up. But they're losing a lot of sector control, just dropping everyone back. Even all their spawn points off of the circle are almost gone, or they're being choked off by NRD. Trying to get that sector control trying to keep them off the point, because there's not a lot of infantry actually attacking the point.
There really isn't. There's bits and pieces.
Sector.
Can we just back off for a minute in my camera and have a bit of a look at what we've got there? Yeah, have a look at it. They're capping. But it's these guys that are sort of stragglers around everywhere, particularly that group up there where Sir Cinnamon Buns is, and all of those folks coming in up north there. And Gobes will hopefully be on that, watching them stream in from the northeast. What's that? Northeast? Yeah, northeast. Absolutely. As and of course we've still got Dead Man there. He should be lurking around, Dead Man back on the warehouse to the south, mate, if you can, please. Dead Man's going to hang around there where Hubert, Esky, Pariah, and Guac are in amongst Mav, Butterdog, and so there's a bombing run now. That's a really good bombing run, but Jesus, they probably should have told the tank that it was coming in. That's a blue bombing run, and he's put it literally across the front of the tank.
And they also took out a couple of their own guys, taking out the enemy garrison and stuff like that. So, bit of poor communication there.
That was not communicated well. Unfortunately for the TFK guys, although they just had a little spawn wave coming off of Bob there. Here's another bombing run coming in, by the way. That there was enough. Oh, good counter bombing run straight across the tank. Had them picked up Aussie Blackbeard. That bombing run's not going to kill enough, unfortunately. The point is now the Nards.
How did Aussie survive that? He needs to buy a lotto ticket.
I don't even know. I mean, they're still going to spawn into the back of that. So, there's a satchel in the building. They've still got to spawn in amongst that the crane there from Bob. Well done. Of course, you guys are sort of looking at other areas here. You can't see that at the moment. That north push there, Gobes, that certainly made the difference. So where Hubert came across the bridge before and took out whatever spawn was up there, and then Flint came across and hooked up with him, that allowed them to dominate that north sector. Now they've got sector control up there. Even though they've still got people literally right on the point next to them, They've got sector control up north there, and they've got it quite well, I think. There's a couple of OPs up there at Fox 3 as well. So Nards have taken that, and they've pushed the city. They've held the city the whole time. That has actually been quite critical because it gives them so many options down south here. And now they're pushing into the TFK counter push, which is supposed to be coming in from, like those warehouses that Deadman's hovering over. But unfortunately, because of the city control and the sector control of the city, it means they're not getting any further. They're not getting anywhere. Somebody's just killed somebody in that warehouse and just blew the shit out of everybody. There's about 6 blues taking on Beretta at the moment. And
that was Esky with a satchel. That was Esky with a satchel.
That was a good satchel. What I find fascinating, though, is that up there on the point at the moment, there's still... Gomes is hovering over it right now. There's still an OP, and they're still fighting. Those guys have spawned in about 5 times right now, and they got a tank right in front of them. Or that tank down. Wait, where'd that tank go? Oh, something killed the tank. Well, there you go. We didn't even see that die. Must have come off the spawn wave. Oh, I missed that. Okay, well, we might have to go back and have a look at that footage again because we've lost a tank up there. I haven't seen an airhead either. Has there been an airhead, guys?
Don't believe so.
Yes, there has. Yeah.
Was
been
it?
An American airhead. Yeah, been American airhead in G4, G5. That's how they got behind.
Yeah,
all right, so they did it all at once then because they had infantry running across the bridge. Look at where Cortex, Hugh Janus, and Cinnamon Buns are. That's the key there. They controlled that area, got across the boat bridge that's there. So I just cannot believe that Bolt Squad, MVP squad right there, folks, they are fighting for dear life to hold their OP and give their team a chance on the point while the guys fight through the city. I mean, this is a little bit like the airborne have landed on Canal Crossing and the infantry are trying to fight through the city to get to them. Although Rice has just come in behind them now, and I think they've worked it out finally. There we go. Traded well. I reckon Bob's squad's going to get another spawn off, because Iran won't be running fast enough. He still thinks there's infantry there, of course. He doesn't know what we know. Watch this spawn wave come in from Bob's little crew there. It's got to be about 5 seconds away, surely. Looking for it now. The city guys have been stalled. OBI Run and Blackbeard are in there. There's an infantry marker. Finally, someone's put an infantry marker. There's the spawn wave that's come in. 4 guys on the point again. But look at that. The cap is actually just starting to turn in orange favour because of those 4 guys fighting for dear life. Gobes, you couldn't want any more from your squads, could you? Of that type of fighting.
No, and the machine gunner and the rifleman just sniped the sniper, so good on them. Aussie Blackbeard's coming in though.
Yeah, I think they finally worked it out that they need to pincer this point.
He's coming in with a pistol.
Yeah, why not? He's a tanker, mate. He's the
there
tank
you go.
survivor.
I run, got it. Good work, I run.
He's the tank survivor. I think Blackbeard has survived his tank's death, and he's just going to, fuck this, I'm just going to stay up here and fight. Good on him. But in that little play, in that delay from the TFK guys there, Bob Squad, well done. What they've managed to do is they've managed to pull forces from the city side, and now look at what's happening in Deadman's area. We've got more of the TFK guys in there. They've taken over the warehouse district again. And I can hear that machine guns. That's Beretta, I believe, that you're watching now. That's great footage, isn't it? So they've taken back the warehouse. Hopefully Winchy for the Nards can actually do something about this and counter it. Well done, though, for that squad up on the waterfront there, Bob's squad. That's one of the best plays I've seen in a while.
Task Force Squad TFK is going to do the Foy pass again. They're going to try to attempt the Foy pass, but the Americans have been warned from the look of it.
Where is that? Tell me where the Foy pass is.
Top of the map. So top of the map, you can drive from one side of the map to the other side of the map and survive. And they did. He dropped the supply, and I think he's going to build a garrison. There you go. Drop the supply, and they're going to build a garrison. Oh, driver got killed.
SL's dead.
The SL's dead. Oh my God.
Ah, there you go. Okay, I'm just looking at that now, folks. So here we are. There's a truck. There's a truck right here. They've come across there.
He didn't get the supply. I would have got the supply.
So what is it? They go underwater, but they can still.
They go under. You got 10 seconds to drive from one side of the water to the other, and there's a certain location where you can do it. And you go from one point to one point and get across the river. And that's what they did.
They are, ladies and gents.
There we go. Cortex is giving it some love now, some rockets.
Yep. I've learned something tonight. I had no idea you could do that.
There's a small area that you can actually build a garrison in the blue side, even when the enemy holds Canal.
Yeah, so on my screen, if you have a look, there's a tiniest little bit right there.
Yep.
And, yeah, you can build a garrison right there. There's actually another point where you can actually build a tiny little garrison in this map. There's a couple of little sneaky spots like that. But I'll save those for another day.
There's a strafing run that's got nothing at all. Look, I thought I was really clever working out that you could drop supplies in the water itself from the back of a truck and then use those supplies, and the enemy couldn't find them, of course, or couldn't go and demolish them. I thought that was clever, so I've now reached a new level of clever by the sounds of that. Here we go, though. We've got a tank coming in again. What is that? Let's have a quick look. That is a 76. You can tell by the muzzle flash at the front of it, the muzzle breach, whatever it's called, suppressor. That's what I was looking for, the flash suppressor at the front of the tank. I'm sure it's got some sort of technical tank name, but I don't know it. I only know rifles. So here we are coming in now. Blackbeard's back into his tank. He's hooked up with his crew again. There is 11 minutes to go, and it is definitely a Nard's point. We're flicking back out here to have a bit of a look. The warehouse has sort of been taken over by the Blues again, but I can see a Tiger tank creeping in along the waterfront. That's going to be interesting. Deadman, if you could jump in behind that Tiger tank, give us that perspective, please. I'm going to go and hover over. I've got the hiccups now. I've got to hover over the 76. These guys are looking at each other sort of through the bridge by the look of that. And there you go. First shots to the Tiger. So the 76 needs to either... Well, I think he just needs to reverse because he's about to die. That's what I'm going to film here, I reckon. Oh, yeah. The Tiger's missed. The Tiger has missed.
Just to let you know... Task Force Quality TFK is actually sneaking around the back at the top of the map. They're dropping supply as well, but they've got a supply guy as well, so they're going to do a double box drop from the look of it.
Yep.
They're just waiting to get... Bob's going to go in there, get in the two square zone, put down his OP, and yeah, he'll be an attacking garrison from the back.
Well, that was a costly...
the Nards don't know. Mistake. The Nards have nothing back. Nards have nothing back as far as I know. In the E3 line, the D and E line, I don't think they have anything there. I can't see any garrisons or anything. Oh, wait a minute, I can. That garrison, yeah, right on the top of the map.
So before you go on any further, I'm just going to point out two things here. Sorry. One, that was an absolutely costly mistake from the Tiger, that miss. Secondly, right now I'm watching I Am Jack running and jumping his way across the water. And I've just learned something else. You can actually cross the canal at Echo 4, keypad 8.
Yeah, you found one of the scuba spots.
And
yeah, there's three spots where you can cross the river there, and you can actually build a garrison in the middle of that water still.
Oh my goodness me! There you go. Well, look, I've learned so. Oh, that was a great infantry kill on that tank. Absolutely, that's the burnout tank. So not even. Oh, that's the other tank. Geez, there you go. So I Am Jack, what he's trying to do right now, folks, is try to get in, put a satchel on. I don't reckon his chances are very good. And the reason is he's got too much infantry around him. But you know what? He's about 20 metres away right now and still going. Buterdog's trying to give him some protection. No, there we go. There's old Greg on the bridge with a machine gun. He's gone full command. Oh, but the satchel was placed on it before. And I thought that might have happened, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, Beretta got four kills with that satchel.
Oh, what a great... I thought he might have got it off because he died just after, and I thought, maybe they just found him. No, ladies and gentlemen, perfect satchel placement. Killed that. Oh, well done, well done. So that's old mate who was just running in there. Didn't need to run in. If they had communicated there was a satchel on that tank, he could have waited to see what happened, but instead he died. But hey, you know what that means? That means that TFK are gradually capping the point back. Although the Blues have got the Nards have got the warehouse area at the moment, they're getting shredded a little bit from multiple angles. There's 3 for 1 now, though, but look at the North closing in. Look at all the orange closing in. Mav doing very well there. He's killed 4 or 5 in a row there. Hugh Janus is the only one left. No, he's made an ass of himself and died. So he's out of there. God, I do great dad jokes. I must admit I do. And so now TFK guys have swept through. We've literally got 8 minutes left, ladies and gents. This is going to be TFK's point with 8 to go. Blue really need to wake up. They've got to get on. There's Bob. Oh, Bob, the MVP squad of the match. That's that northwest corner, Gobes, that you were talking about before. They're sweeping in and sweeping up all the stuff at the back there. Look at that. There's a locked garrison. Nards have lost sector control in that Echo 5, Fox 5 area. They've lost sector control in the northwest. There's a surge from Alpha Squad going up there now. They know bad stuff's happening up there. They've marked the garrison. Brad, Irun, and Flint are going to try and deal with that. But this is going to be taken here by that. Oh, there's a counter wave, though. Is this going to be enough goes? Have they got enough there? There's enough coming back here.
No, they haven't got enough, and they better stay alive. Whoever's the squaddy better stay alive, because that OP will go. So he needs to put down a new one as quick as he can, which is gone.
There it is.
Wait a minute, they've just had another spawn wave. So just as it went, they had another spawn wave. So the Nards just had another spawn wave and got 4 on the point. An extra 4 on the point.
7 minutes left. What's occurred, though, is that every single garrison is gone except for the one at Delta 4, Keypad 9. They've absolutely lost sector control here. Deadman, this is just absolutely blistering from the TFK guys. They've cleared out the warehouse finally. They've cleared out Northwest. They've put all sorts of pressure on, and they've taken the point back. Look, Deadman, tell me, do you think the Nards are going to be able to get this back? I mean, they've lost sector control completely.
Yeah, they've got the north, but the TFK have the south, and there's a lot more cover to the south than there is the north. And it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, the TFK don't have any garrisons in the north sector, so the E and F, they have no garrisons at all. Not one garrison. They lost it.
Bob is working on one right now.
Yeah, but they've got... Oh, they had a recon squad out that way. He's not paying attention. He's just walking along the river. Quack. Bugger.
I must say, Moose was alive on this boat in the center of the point for about 15 minutes, killed about 8 guys, and finally just died.
Oh, well done to him, well done to him.
Moose should join the Marine Corps or the Navy now.
Well, look, it's all happening here, folks, and we're just watching now. We've got Blues running around all over the place, trying to repair whatever the hell just happened to them, and they know that they've made some colossal mistakes there, surely, because they've just completely had this game blown wide open. But look, that was amazing strategizing and execution of strategy from TFK. We watched them at the start, just, you know, at the very first battle, be a very brand new clan and come in and sort of try and work out, well, how does this work? And play a little bit like a public team, you know, just a normal pug team in community games. But tonight I'm seeing what I was hoping that TFK would become, and that is they are powering through here with some amazing attack play there. The squad leaders tonight were on point. Well, let me tell you, they haven't won it yet. There's still 5 minutes to go, and this is always what happens in BPL matches. You know, Butterdog, they're up on the crane. Gotta love a good crane snipe. But the Nards are in real trouble here. They've got 4.5 minutes just over to go on the clock, and they don't have any sector control whatsoever. They're trying to rebuild. They've got some guys coming in from the south, but with 4 minutes on the clock, you don't really have a lot of time left. You don't have time to set up big power plays. They are starting to cap the point here.
Yeah, but they've only got 2 minutes, remember? So you have got to cap it. Oh no, because it's overtime.
Overtime.
Yeah.
They are taking it back, and the reason they're taking it back is because it just seems the TFK guys, as they get picked off, they don't have anything close to spawning on. There's one up north. I can see a spawn wave up north coming in. But
there's one quite close. It's just in town on the south side of the point. In F4. Right over here if you look at my...
Let's get a look at Deadman's
big map there. Pull your map up, please, Deadman. Right, so we're just having a look there where he's pointing out on the okay, yeah, so nice and close. But like, there wasn't a lot of them just spawned in. Where are they all? Where are all the TFK guys? I'm only seeing about half the team on the screen right now. Let's go.
They just don't have anybody actually in the circle.
And this is the point, isn't it? The point. You've got to defend the point. Here's a bombing run coming in. There's a strafing run. That went over that went right over the point. There's a tank on the point. That's going to make a difference. However, that tank's got some shit coming in behind it. There's a nice bombing run, and the TFK guys have managed to kill enough there to start the cap again. So they're pushing the Blues out again. That's all the Blues on the point dead, actually. Every single one of them just died. So the Nards have really got to do something here. They've got sector control back south again. They've got sector control to the northwest again. That's good. There's the tank gone. Thanks very much, tank, but you are not going to have anything else to do with this match, and they will not get another tank forward quick enough. I don't think they pre-positioned. No, they did not. So that's the end of the tanks for this battle from the Nards side. So now it's an infantry all the way fight. TFK have got the surge onto the point. I think TFK have got the numbers here. Great work there from Shooter and Hugh Janus to try and defend this point and hope like hell that their guys are coming in. We're going to see a surge actually from the northeast here, so I'm just going to spin my camera around. There it is. There's the start of the surge. But, I don't think they're going to have enough. I just think TFK have got enough. If they get their OPs on the point, which they don't have any squad leaders over there. Schweppes is the one around the back. He might be able to do something with an OP. But there's Bob. Bob will do something, that's for sure. Bob, the MVP squad of the match. That was freaking phenomenal before. I reckon Bob's got said, something just died up north. Brad's done a great kill there. He's shooting at Bob now. Bob's going, fuck this, I'm out.
I'll give you some trivia about Bob. Bob actually doesn't like Hell Let Loose.
Well, people shoot at you a lot in it, so I guess that's probably part of it, yeah?
Yeah. So, I was having a fun conversation with them this week, and I was saying, Bob doesn't like Hell Let Loose. But he's doing a pretty good job tonight.
Bob doesn't like Hell Let Loose, but is probably one of the better squad leaders that I've seen around in relation to how he or he, I'm sure it's a he. There's no women on the internet from what I hear. So there's Bob. That's all Warcraft stuff, isn't it? It's all men. There's Bob doing some great stuff. Fiercey's lost comms. Okay, so there you go. There might actually be a comms issue here. Who knows? This happens probably about 1 in 5, 1 in 6 matches for me. Look, 1.5 minutes left. There's a surge coming in now. This is a pretty tight fight. There's just enough stuff going on here. Deadman, around that warehouse in particular, I've seen a bit of combat. Talk to me through it right now.
So Pariah, he worked himself away around through the town, wiped everybody else out of this little compound, and him and Hubert has retaken the warehouses by themselves.
If they get that garrison where the TFK commander is, which you're watching in that sort of around that area now, and Cortex fighting with Lou Dog as well.
Yeah, they got it.
If Hubert can get the commander, Hubert's run past the commander. How are they not seeing each other? There's Pariah literally sitting on top of the commander. The commander's killed him.
Less than a minute to go.
And the cap's turning. Okay, I think we're going to go into overtime here. I really do think we're going to go overtime here on this match. There's Guak down. Hubert's in there with the commander playing tag your it with bullets. Somehow Pariah and Hubert didn't see him and the commander's chopped him up. Hubert's looking for that commander now as we watch in Deadman's Green. There we go. This is critical. Hubert will take this garrison. Hubert will take the garrison out here, and that is going to change the TFK spawn options. As the spawn wave comes in on the northwest there we go. We've lost a few points here.
And the Germans have just put an airhead directly on the point. And right, I think they have a bombing run as well.
This is interesting. So the Germans, being the TFK guys, have dropped an airhead down there, but it's too far out. It's going to be controlled by the Allies, by the Nards. I think the Nards are going to take this in the overtime now. We are in overtime. It's been officially called. So this is overtime, folks. Here's a bombing run coming in. Whose is this? This is the Nards bombing run coming in right now. It's going to come in across where those guys are. Maybe it might pick up a few. It might be too far out, actually. That's a fair way out, that bombing run.
That's a fair way out, yeah.
I believe it was just aiming for their garrison, but missed.
Look at that spawn wave that just came in from TFK. They've managed to get a garrison up. And the northeast, we've got, this is...
The TFK's airhead went as well, so...
This is super tight. Yeah, well, we knew that was going to happen.
Wait a minute. Here comes a spawn wave from the top of the map. And TFK's got the numbers.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about, mate. That spawn wave just came in from the TFK guys at the northeast part of things. They've managed to shred a few of those folks on point. The TFK airhead dropped, of course. It got taken out because it was too obvious, too far over to the left of screen there. But the Nards haven't got enough numbers on here. They've got some fire support coming in at them from the TFK guys on the south of the bank. I think there's going to be a TFK match. Although the Nards are fighting through. Here's a tank coming in now. Well, this will make a bit of a difference. But there's only a whisker left in that. That tank's got to get into the point. Kingsy said it in the chat before. Allied tank needs to smack on the bum. BPL requires you to play close to the point. That's exactly right. He's getting in there now, but I don't think he's going to have enough. It's still game on. It's still happening here. We're still watching. We're waiting for the chat to come up. The tank's in the point. There it is. GG has been called. Whoa.
Well done, TFK.
What a finish. And ladies and gentlemen, TFK, even though this is a friendly match, there was nothing friendly about that. Well done to the TFK ladies and gents for the win tonight over a blended team, I must admit, from the Nard side as well. There's 4 boys in there as well. Some of the EMU War veterans, which is the community team. Okay, so a little bit of blending here between the teams. What a great match. Deadman, your comments first, please.
Oh, it was a great game. It was great to see TFK really step up from where they started from beginning of this competition to now wipe out some of the top teams. They had some great plays from Bob, and even at the end there, it was a very small thing, but Flirp's squad just stayed alive in the circle and hugged this wall. And they didn't fight. They just sat there in the circle and kept their cap weight to help defend. And I think that really did help at that point at the end.
Just go down to that wall again if you can, please. Oh, no, 6 seconds on the clock. It's all over there. So
there was a full squad right here, and Pariah ran up and killed about 4 of them before he realized what was going on.
All right, Gabe, super quick, your comments on that one, mate.
It was good. Yes, both squads got to take something away from that, but that was really well done. You could see that TFK has come a long way since their first game, as we've already said. But man, that's the next BPL. They're going to be they'll be pushing for that first spot. They'll give everyone a run for their money.
Well, any of the comp that's coming up, to be honest, mate, there are some great players in there, and we look forward to it. Right, ladies and gents, I'm going to wrap it up there. That's all for tonight. But tomorrow night, we've got the 2 big games, of course, both points games for tomorrow night. The first one is OC versus 3 Power, and the second one is the Boy Boys versus the public team. I'm looking forward to it because it is the last round. Tomorrow night is the last pair of matches for the BPL. We've got some time afterwards. There's going to be a little bit of a wrap-up footage thing that I've done and some giveaways as well. So I hope you can join us tomorrow night right here, same place, same time. What a great way to finish tonight's matches, at least anyway, folks. I really enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, folks, and I will see you again soon. Good night to all.